guys are in the midst of launching a dealer program. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. So we are extremely excited and proud to finally be at the point that we can share publicly. We have just completely redone our partner program. It is called LG Pro, and it's really a culmination of several years of just feedback and information that we've been working with a lot of our partners to create a program that allows them to grow with LG and be more successful. And what I mean by that is that it's a program that provides support from marketing, it provides incentives, it provides insights, it has a brand new beautiful partner portal that they can go and be part of. But in the end, it really will allow them to take LG and utilize the activities, the assets that will help them go and grow their business.
But the show's over. So what I want to talk about is like, what kind of business opportunities does this create for integrators? How do you see integrators wrapping their business models and including OLED or OLED?
Great. So one, yes, we were extremely excited to announce and launch all of our OLED products, but really the big thing that I would say is, as you're an integrator and you're starting to think about, what do I do with this business? First and foremost, don't stress on the fact that it's a new technology. Really think about what it does and how it opens up new doors. You know, a great example is the technology itself allows you to go and put product in areas that you would have never been able to before, or do things that you've never been able to have done prior with the old technology. And when I mean old is a traditional LCD panel. You know, when we think of OLED, it's lighter, it's thinner, so first and foremost you can put it, you know, hanging from a ceiling, you can have it hanging out of the wall, you can have dual-sided, you know, that's less than an inch thick or less than a half inch thick, so you can quickly change the game around what you're doing with the product. But more importantly, it also really creates an opportunity for you to bring in a higher end product into a portfolio. You know, if you think about it, we've got all kinds of different LCD sizes, you know, everything down, I think down to 10 inch, you know, over to 98 inch. Lots of manufacturers have done that. You've seen different formats. You know, LG launched a 86 inch stretch that changed the traditional product. It gave it something different. But OLED now comes around and provides an area where you could say, hey, I want to do something iconic. I'd like to have all of those LCD panels that I was going to have originally, but I'd also like to have something that is freestanding in the middle of my environment with two different messages on both sides going at the same time, and I want it to look like a piece of art. Well, guess what? We're standing right in front of, you know, the dual view curved OLED model. That's exactly what that does. That is not something that you would have been able to do with a traditional display. The other thing that I would say is that it really opens up different parts of the market that you wouldn't have thought of previously. The way that I mean that is that if you're an integrator, a lot of times you're thinking, you know, post you know, building. Something's already been designed. You're just coming in and you're facilitating just the signage portion or the commercial you know, communications that you're looking at. With OLED, it actually gives you another part where you can think about the design aspect. You know, something that we've done in Korea already, and we're already looking for some different groups here in the US, but is really built using OLED as part of the building design. And that is something that I think that you couldn't do with other products. A great example is we've actually built a tunnel with OLEDs in North Tower, in Seoul, Korea, and it is, you know, just one of those that's immersive that you could not have done with a traditional LCD. We've created this amazing wavy ceiling in a different one. We have another, you know, great iconic piece that was done at Incheon Airport that's 180 panels, and this was, you know, done with one of the world famous design firms, really kind of thinking about different ways of how you're showing and utilizing displays. So that's kind of what I think is, this is going to add to the market. It doesn't replace, you know, in the traditional sense. It really just opens up new areas for our partners and integrators really to go and add to their business.
It's also a really good indication of how far digital signage has come in just a few short years. Because if you think back to, let's say, 5 years ago, digital signage was almost a retail application, and then it kind of, you know, became a little bit of a hospitality application. But now digital signage can be found in just about every market that our audience, commercial integrators, work in. What kind of opportunities does that create for them and for a manufacturer like LG?
Well, you know, I'm glad that you asked that question, because, you know, that's something that we spend a lot of time on internally. it's not just about a retail market anymore. It's not just about a quick serve restaurant. You've got to think about a library. You've got to think about government facilities. You're thinking about transportation. You've got many different verticals that you've got to go focus on. So as a integrator, one of the things that we think of is really start looking at not just the traditional areas. We're going to go and put a display on a wall. It's going to be in a front lobby. But now you're starting to see, how are we putting on displays within hallways, within a corporate environment that are around corporate communications? What are we looking at for schools that are, menu boards within the schools because they want to make sure that they're showing the health benefits? We're talking, in the transportation sector, having different displays, not just on the traditional sense of, showing advertising or flight information, but now it's also wayfinding, it's interaction. You've got quite a different set of products that you can put into almost any vertical, and we're seeing high growth. And that's the thing that we're probably most excited by, is all the new technologies, the new displays that have come, have only added to the growth within this market. So we'll continue to, I think, see that for the foreseeable future.
Well, Garry Wicka from LG, thank you for joining us for 3 questions.